Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to talk about, I've been thinking, I've been reflecting a lot, thinking. That's all I do these days. Um, about the whole concept of being perfect. Everybody has been, focusing on their ideas of being perfect, having the perfect life, you know, perfection in their own mind settings. And so I'm included in with you guys. We all have our own ideas of what is perfect when it comes to relationships, ways that you want to live your life. And, I've came to a point in my life that, that I realized that perfection doesn't exist. My idea of perfection is not even real. And I think this is why this whole world is so upside down. Because we all build these fantasies of perfection. And for some reason, people can seem to achieve those goals of perfection. Because realistically, it does not exist. And the sad thing about it is it builds a lot of emotional pressure to yourself and to others, because you want to achieve that perfection. It could be through from a person to person, could be job related, it could be relationship related, and a lot of times I've seen it more in relationship based, because when you want to be with somebody, you want that perfect partner, like, and you see it in the world today, that people technically fall in love with people just based on the looks alone, because people's perception of perfection is the physical, nice hair, eyes, a nice set of, women parts. But a lot of times, people fail to look at what's deep inside of that person's heart. Or you could look at it also as people wanting that perfect job, working the corporate world, making tons of money, not giving a crap about anything that's happening in the world, because you know what? At the end of the day, if there's money in your bank, you're living the perfect life. So what happens when you create those fantasies is that you lose touch on what's real, what is really happening around. You build a very false character of yourself and not living an authentic life, because technically you're people pleasing. You're people pleasing others. Because you know why? Maybe it's the way you've been raised. Maybe mom and dad say, you know what, you're going to go to college and you're going to, get this Fortune 500 company and you're going to make a lot of money, because you know what, I struggle for you, and that you better, make our family name worth it. And sometimes, you know what? People have a very strange mindset when it comes to perfection. Maybe you don't want to date a woman of, different nationalities. Why? Because it's not perfect. People from different cultures are not perfect. Because, you know what? Sometimes families have that stereo mindset of perfection, is that you gotta marry somebody with blonde hair, blue eyes, and that looks like a Barbie doll. A Barbie doll. And sometimes you have to, as children, sometimes we as children tend to be obedient to our parents because, depending on the insecurities that you grew up in the settings that you grew up in the household. And in order to please your family members, well, you're going to comply to the perfect standard of perfection. And say, you know what? I can't hang out with, Laura, la Latina, because, she's Spanish. But damn, she could be fun, but I can't hang out with her because I gotta hang out with Jennifer Smith. And if there's a Jennifer Smith, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just the silliness of people and mindsets of the idea of perfection. That you can't, you have to, this is a sense of conforming for others. And you know what? Guess what? You're living through other people's expectations. You're not living through your life. And by you not living your authentic life, you are creating this fantasy of perfection that does not exist. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be happy. That's the main point, is you're not going to be happy. You're going to live in a very discontent and voided life. You're going to live in a life of solitude because you can't seem to connect with your partners, whomever they are. Could be the woman, could be the guy. But the point is that if you're looking for the perfection of a person's appearance and not the person's heart, and you are trying to live that perfect life, I want the house, the car, I want my family, the perfect family life. You could achieve all that. But what happens when you achieve all that stuff and you're still not happy? Because at the end of the day, you just created that family setting that to you was perfect, because you have to do it for the sake of the family, of creating that perfect life. But yet you're feeling very bored and discontent because you feel like there's something lacking in your life. This is why this whole world is so screwy. This is why you see celebrities and you see people on the everyday basis, that you fall in love with people based on their appearance, or maybe because they have the money or the status and this and that, and then you want, to have the house, the home, and all that good stuff. But yet, don't take the time to get to know that person and see whether you guys are compatible. Or get the job that, you feel happy to go to. And you have to suck it up because you know what? I need the money. And I don't care whether it makes me feel like crap. But damn it, I'm going to have it because I need that home. I want that home. I want that car. I want the family life. So what happens is that you're creating all this stress. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you're creating stress on your body. You become very obsessed when it comes to the money, the perfect life, you know, the wife that is high maintenance. And then you become to a point that you get so stressed that you become physically ill. And then you get bored and discontent because you can't seem to know why things are not working out. It's, you know, this is like common sense. People need to stop adding that perfection status to yourself. Perfection does not exist in this world. I don't care who tells you what. Because you know what? I'm sorry to say there's a lot of the old generation people who, yes, they came to this country and yes, they struggled because they wanted to make ends meet and want the best for the kids. But yet they still gave you that old fashioned mindset of like, well, you know, you got to work for harder and you got to make that money because you know what? I sacrificed for you. Yes, your parents sacrificed for you. But at the end of the day, this is your life too. And do what makes you happy. And I've done it with my own mother. That there were times that she had fights with me and I had to really put her in her place. To say, you know what, this is my life. At the end of the day, I have to live my life. Because what happens when she's not around? You know what? You have to learn to be very resourceful with yourself. And live what makes you happy. Stop adding those false expectations and add that extra stress to say, oh my God, you know, I have to have the house. I need to have the home. I need to have the money. I need to stop it. It's time for you to just take a pause and think about what you really want in reality. Sure, everybody wants money. Sure, everyone wants to live comfortably because believe me, I'm one of you. But at the same time, you got to do something that's right for you, that makes you happy as a person. Regardless, you know, the direction you want to hit regarding to your career or personal life. But you got to do it what's right for you. And stop adding those false expectations of living the perfect life. Because once you start dropping those expectations and do what's right for you, then everything's going to start falling into place. Everything's going to start making sense to you. Because you know what? Life is still too short. And to be living under other people's expectations doesn't work. Because at the end of the day, everybody's living their lives the way they want to live their lives. Why would you want to be controlled by other people's, you know, thoughts, old mindsets? Because, you know what? It's still your life. You're the one who, you know, owe it to yourself to do what's right for you. So people, please stop doing it. Because what you're creating is more confusion for yourself. Not only confusion for yourself, but confusion for others. And you're going to make yourself so depressed that you're going to wind up, giving up on life. And I'm starting to see that in people. People are starting to give up on themselves because they can't meet those expectations of others. It's time for everyone to just calm down and live your life. So, perfection does not exist. And that is straight facts. The perfect life, perfect wife, perfect husband. You could have all that. The perfect home, you could have all that. But if you don't have the pure love and the joy within that family, then basically you're just living in an empty shell. And you're going to have an empty life. And to me, that's not even worth it. And maybe you need to start really rethinking what is important for you. Anyway, so that is pretty much it. I just felt like sharing that thought. After all, I'm just watching too many things happening through people. And it's making me sad. Because I'm seeing how empty people are feeling. I could see the sadness in the faces. It's time to change. Change the mindset of how you view perfection. Because once you do that, then you'll know you're heading in the right direction. Alrighty, so thank you for watching my video. And please give the videos a like. So then, anybody who's going through situations get to see my videos and bring it to a bigger audience. I will greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, so please stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.